Okay, do me a favor. On top over there, there is Kitzer Likutei Maran. I realize that I got it. Let's just, continue with what we were learning yesterday. Okay, it said in Kitzer Likutei Maran. We already talked about Dorei Mala, Dorei Mata, and the Makifin. And we said that somebody wants to bring Parnasa, from those that are dependent on him, should be a little shtickle, assertive. So he says from Shalom, this is how to bring Parnasa. Now the Malchus brings Parnasa from the hands and the hints which exist in Yam HaChochma, that the Chacham is oisek to be merames to hint to his talmidim, because these hints, you hear these hints that the hands are hinting while the Chacham is talking, they're bringing you extra information that the words don't have. Like we said before, when you're saying small, you get a deeper understanding of what small means. But if I tell you small, and I do like this with my hands, you get a different understanding from what small means. So the word small has a limit. With the hands, you can hint to further information that does not exist with the words. So they said that the Remazim are the sparkling, the illuminations of the Makifin. The inside Chochmah is what the Chochmah is saying, but beyond that, there's the light of the Makifin. That's the knowledge, the higher knowledge. But you can like blink, like a shine, a spark from the Makifin with the hands. The Remazim of the hands. These are shines. Extra higher information, because the Sechel Elyon of the Chacham is merumas in them. We said before, and Nosne said it also, that whenever it is that you let out the Sechel that you have, you get a new Sechel. Sometimes, the Chacham has to be careful in what he says and what he teaches, because it could bring a Talmud to a kasha that he doesn't have yet the capacity to understand the teretz. So he can get apicursus. So there are things that the Chacham is not allowed to be megalat talmidim, in order to, not to bestow upon the makifin that are not allowed. But what he can do, he can allude to it with his hands, with the remazim. And this is a b'chinas yediyah shelo, tachlis yediyah shelo meido. This is the stem to the point that the end of knowledge is shelo meido, that we don't know. That's why anybody who is also assertive is receiving from the Chochmah also parnasa, this parnasa. And not only this, but when somebody was assertive, receives from the Chocham, these remazim, and gets his parnasa from there, not from all kinds of feilishtik, all kinds of frauds and but when he receives from the yadam of the Chocham, dafka when he eats from this parnasa, that person, when he eats from that parnasa, he can be zoiche to a shining of the rotzen, the oras harotzen. In other words, dafka, when he's eating, he will be filled with such rotzen HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he wouldn't even know what he wants. Totally, out of his kalim, out of his totally. Not Pashut wanting to run off HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like, as Rabbeinu said, even though Yakosha people he said, Rabbeinu says, even though you're kosher people, that's not what I had in mind. He says, what I had in mind is that you should be like animals in the forest, in the wild, that you would be outside, roaring after Kodesh Baruch Hu, full whole nights. That's what I wanted. I should burn the Kodesh Baruch Hu lelot shlemim, because from the achila, during the achila, the makifa will come down to this person. This tachas idea shelo neda, and all this you get through the tzaddik emes and his talmidim that we're feeding off the das, the holy das of the tzaddik emes. That's why every person has to beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu with tears, mamash. They should find a true Rachaman. Someone has a real Rachmanis that will be able to extricate him from the Rachmanis and be mazakin for everything. Now Yisrael is Am Kodesh. According to their ruchnius and their dakis, they cannot carry the load of Averis even for a day, we said. That's why they need Beis Hamikdash. In the morning, the Tamid Shel Shachar. In the afternoon, the Tamid of the afternoon. So they will be clean from Averis, at all times. As Moshe Rabbeinu knew, he was Moshe Nefesh for Am Yisrael, for Hashem Yisrael to forgive the Averis of Am Yisrael, because he knew that Am Yisrael cannot carry the load of Averis even for a day, even for a single day. That's why somebody Chas v'Sholom, falters into an Avera. He has to do tshuva. He has to ask the Kodesh Baruch Hu to forgive him, because the Avera is such a heavy load. It is impossible to carry it even for a single day. That's why it's so important to make his bridus every day. And mention, just make a cheshbon, what did I do? What did I do the last 24 hours since I made his bridus the last time? What did I do? Usually we remember. But if you let it go more than one day, then it starts, adding, you forget the first. It's like a person who's borrowing money and he has it in mind to return the vadai, but he still doesn't have money. Then he has to borrow from a second person. Okay, so if you, who is going to return the money first? So it's himself. He says he's going to return the money first to the second one. Why? Because the first one he already burnt himself, because he promised to return and didn't return. So at least he should turn to the second one, and then he gets. And every single day, to make his bridus, and take stock. What did I do today? I mean, if you can stop it, you stop it. So let me say, if you can stop it, you stop. If you can't stop it, you talk about it. He says, I can stop it. I help me stop it. Whatever. As long as this is like in chometz, for Pesach. As long as you knead the dough, it doesn't become chometz. When does it become chometz? When you leave it alone, when you let it go. But as long as you're kneading the dough, as long as you're dealing with you're talking about it, you're dealing with it. It's called oisik b'tshuva. So it's like you don't have the avera on you. You're not carrying the avera on you. Because Baruch is nice oven. He carries the avera. As long as you're busy with the process of doing tshuva, because Baruch Hu carries the oven, it's not the oven, he carries the oven for you. And each one, according to what he's learning on Yom Kippur, on the Slach, this is how he's learning to Kedushas Chanukah. Kedusha Beis Hamikdash, and he says, and the main Kedusha of Beis Hamikdash that you mamshich on Chanukah is to know Hashem Hu Elokim. Din and Chesed, everything is a Kodesh Baruch Hu. And through this das, to get out of all the averis. In other words, to know that everything that you do in your life, everything that happens to you in your life is from Kodesh Baruch Hu. Including what you did, what you didn't do, everything is Kodesh Baruch Hu. if you did an Averis, the Kodesh Baruch Hu is showing you, you have to do tshuva, and take a stock, take a look at where you really are. You know, why did I do Avera? Because something led me to it. Things that I forgo. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. To look a little bit, it's okay, to speak with women a little bit, it's okay, what am I doing here? I'm not doing anything, it's just okay. It's okay. From this, it's okay, you come to make a Avera, you made a Avera, boom, then you stop, boom, take stock. That's why Kodesh Baruch Hu has caused you to fall in Avera. So you can take stock and says, what led you to that? What brought you to that? That's why you have to do tshuva on inadvertent averas. Oh, what's your fault? You didn't mean to do an avera. Yeah, but why did you come to that? You came to that because you took it easy on things that you shouldn't have. So Kodesh Baruch Hu, bumped you, speed bump. Okay, take stock, what's going on, and to bring this das to your offsprings. That's the main shashor el mabo. This is how you get the Olim Makifin, which is the main pleasure of Olim Mabo. And the Makifin are being done through the adlokas of the Ner Kodesh of Ner Chanukah, because when through the adloka of the holy oil of Ner Chanukah, you are getting parnasa that comes from the root of the rotzing. That you can get through this achila, this food, that you can get this amazing rotzing that you'll just want the Kodesh Baruch Hu without an end. And a person should understand that to have such a Chanukah, you can only be zeicha by getting close to a Rav and a true leader who is a real Achaman, who's a real merciful person. Ashrei, the person who can find it. And now, when you are learning, and you're talking from a Chiddush that the Chacham in the door was Mechadash, the Chacham in the door, it awakens and causes a relation of the sea of wisdom, of Yam HaChochma. From there, the Malchus gets the Parnasa, and the Malchus is the source of the year. And this awakens the year of the Chacham that was Mechadash. In other words, when we are talking about the Chidush that the Rebbe was Mechadash, it causes right now as we're talking, a revelation of Yam HaChochma, which awakens the Yira of Rabbeinu. There was Mechadash this Chidush. And that's the thing that makes the Diburim last, of Rabbeinu last forever. And this brings great pacha from Kodesh Baruch Hu on anybody that learns the Chiddush. Ad kan for today.